Hello, hello, howdy, hi, welcome. Come on in. Look, I've got a screen behind me. I'm like a real streamer now, ready to just steal other people's content. Truly, the first step to becoming a millionaire, just like all the popular streamers, is to just talk about other people who are actually successful for doing something. But yeah, welcome, come on in. I did watch the direct earlier, but I've got it up just so we can kind of go through the video together and kind of just, mostly so I could remember what was in the direct. Because I'm gonna be honest, it was mid. Welcome, howdy. Yeah, it was a pretty dang mid direct, and knowing that it was a partner showcase, I kind of figured it would be, you know, a little bit, but I like to dream big. I was like, oh, it'll probably be boring, but hopefully it's not, so... What are you gonna do? Poo-poo direct? It was pretty poo-poo. Yeah, I'm not gonna literally watch it with you guys. I'm just gonna kind of scroll through. Right, this one! So, I don't know, spoilers for the direct if you haven't seen it. This one was, I'm gonna call it a dime a dozen survival, you know, zombie apocalypse game. Except the gimmick is you're really tiny. Somebody watched Honey, We Shrunk the Kids and did that, and it's so fucking boring looking. It's funny that literally every other thing that got revealed today in games was more hype than Nintendo. Yeah, the Elden Ring DLC got announced. Yeah, I'm baffled by that because Elden Ring, it feels like it came out forever ago. It feels like Elden Ring happened like 4 years ago, and I'm sure it didn't. But the fact that I'm just now getting started playing it, and they're like, there's gonna be DLC, and I'm like, oh. So yeah, this one looked boring as sin, not worth your money, if you ask me. Yeah, it's just a zombie game, but you're tiny. Oh, this one. So this one was a, Ender Magnolia, I believe. Yeah. It's a, what's it called? Metroidvania. And personally, I'm not into Metroidvanias. They seem too hard for me, and I'd get lost and overwhelmed. But I like watching, Indie Mouse play them, and so... well, good. Okay, Layla seems excited, so I'm happy for you. Kind of skimmed through the whole direct. Yeah, it's pretty skim-worthy. But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty. I'm just not really huge on, Metroidvanias. The art looks nice though, so here's hoping they just like make a really cool art book or something. And then there's like a puzzle game where everything moves but only when you move. I gotta be honest, that one felt like this one feels like it would be great if it was just a sleeper indie hit. This one, it's like a puzzle game thing. And yeah, like super hot. And I think if it was like Braid, do you remember Braid? From damn near a million years ago now. Just a good puzzle game that was indie and had a cool story and everything. Like if it was that, I think I'd be more like piqued by it. But it showing up in Nintendo Direct, I don't know, it gives it a level of like, I expect more, and it just looks, it's fine. I try to forget. Braid, it's easy to forget Braid until you suddenly remember, and then it's like, oh yeah. Metroidvanias are definitely easy to get lost, and the whole game design is centered around you just waffling around. Yeah, and that's the problem, is I don't operate that way. I don't like going, oh, I'll come back here, because I can't remember. I'll never remember. Don't introduce a jump that I can't make until I fight 4 more bosses. Just let me jump now. Hello, welcome. So Wendy, your phone service is fucking up? Oh no. Get inside. You fool, go back to the gym and use their Wi-Fi. It's a, you're with the big dogs now, little buddy, type of vibe when you're with the Nintendo Direct. Exactly. So, I'm sure this is swell. The art style is cute, but, it's just like, it's just, Okay, this one actually does look interesting. Gotta bring the smoke, exactly. This Unicorn Overlord, and this had been in a previous Direct before as well, I remember. And it looks interesting. My interest is piqued with Unicorn Overlord. A bananas name. A great name. My apartment has Wi-Fi, so checkmate. The name makes you think of Cult of the Lamb. I think I can see it. But yeah, it's got like a cool art style, and it's a real-time strategy. So, I don't know, it seems nifty. There's a demo that I could download, so maybe I'll do that at some point. Better be able to ride a unicorn. I know, right? If there are no unicorns, then it'd be like, fam, you promised me one thing. You think those thighs are fat? Those are normal thighs. Those are I mean, she's pretty. But I wouldn't use the word fat to describe those thighs. So Unicorn Overlord looks pretty neato. Monster Hunter Stories. Don't care. Don't give a shit. And see, that's the thing. I still haven't finished Monster Hunter Stories 2 that actually came out on the Switch. And it was like, you know, it's fun enough, but it did bother me. I've mentioned before my issues with how they refused to actually acknowledge you as the protagonist, and felt the need to continually put other people into the limelight of like, she's the one who does all the important things, and your grandpa did all these important things, and it's like, what about me, right now? I'm the hero. Let me do the important things. So I'm sure this one that is now getting ported to the Switch, I'm sure it's also swell, but I don't need to play this. Love the eternal squabbling of Monster Hunter fans. I think it's a fun enough game, but I would have been more excited if it was a sequel, like a, you know, Monster Hunter Stories 3 versus a port of the first one. Poisonally. So yeah, don't care. Oh my gosh! Epic Mickey. Who would have expected Epic Mickey getting a port to the Switch? What a boring fucking game. I've played a little bit of it, and it's just so fucking boring. And it's such an interesting aesthetic and concept. The gameplay is where it falls apart. Not only, it was on the Wii, so, you know, it played like doo-doo ass. You don't know what Epic Mickey is? The plot is Mickey goes into basically the past, where Oswald, who was a character created before Mickey, is like being a bad guy, running around getting into goofs and gaffs. And Mickey has a magical paintbrush that can either create or can erase. But here's the thing. And it's got this idea of like, oh, you choose your morality. Do you want to create or destroy? But you kind of have to create in order to actually like play the game. So it's it's a fallacy that there's even an option. I can feel my bones withering as we speak. Is this why Mortimer Mouse became a meme? No, Mortimer Mouse, he's not in this. I think he just became a meme. I think people were just watching Mickey. and Mortimer shows up sometimes. You're only a little bit late. Don't worry. we haven't touched on anything. The most exciting thing so far has been Unicorn Overlord, I'd say. I remember when Epic Mickey first released, I was so young. I know. Well, I mean, fuck, it was on the Wii. That was like 20-ass years ago. Or something. Shit, dude. Is the art style for the past in the style of rubber hose animation? No, it all kind of looks like this. And if you go and watch the direct, you can kind of see, you know, how it all looks. And it looks like fine. But I will say, if you like Bendy and the Ink Machine and its kind of concept, I would describe Bendy as a more successful venture into what Epic Mickey really should have been. You could find some cool concept art for Epic Mickey where they were gonna go quite dark with the aesthetics. It was gonna be downright grim, but they toned that down, obviously. So yeah, it all just kind of looks fine. I feel like Oswald, I'm pretty sure there's you can get a, what are they called? What are they, what's it? Oh, amiibo. I think there's an amiibo of Oswald. I'm pretty sure. So, he's not fully obscure. Oh, this one? Oh my gosh. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is making its way to the Switch. I think it'll just be an ugly version of this game. I gotta be honest, the Switch is not a powerhouse. I'm pretty sure this originally released on the PlayStation 4, and I feel like it would just look prettier on the PlayStation 4. And also, I have never been less whelmed. And you know, Shin Megami Tensei, it's a series that I'm not like opposed to or anything. I like yokais and shinigamis and such. You know, I think they're neato. I like anime and RPGs. Persona is swell. And so you'd think I'd be all over Shin Megami Tensei. And ever since these first trailers dropped for Shin Megami Tensei 5, and everyone was like, the protagonist has the really, really long blue hair. And I was like, yeah, this looks boring. So I'm excited for the Shin Megami fans who, for some reason, don't own a PlayStation 4 or want to be able to play this again, but on the go. Twiins, I'm whelmed, Inc. It was already on the Switch, by the way. It was already on the Switch? So what is this? Is this just like is it a sequel? Is it a redone version? Yeah, whatever. It's here again. More. I honestly wasn't expecting anything big or amazing in this direct, but I was kind of disinterested in all the reveals. Also, I thought Shin Megami Tensei 5 was already on the Switch. This one's called Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. I don't know, maybe that means it's a sequel? Either way, I just don't care. Remake with new story from what I understand. Fascinating. Why do that? Was the story bad the first time? That's the only reason why I could think to do that. Huh? Oh, Star Wars Battlefront. Oh, that's right, I was brushing my hair when they announced this one. Don't give a single shit. I do not care. I don't care about Star Wars. I don't care about Battlefront. I don't want to shoot. I don't want to throw around swords. I'm happy for the Star Wars fans, but I couldn't give less of a fuck. What a collection of chats. Woo, Star Wars. And then, from Layla again. Ugh. You gotta be happy for Zero. Oh, you know, that's true. Zero is probably happy for the first time in his life. So yeah, Star Wars, I don't care. Oh, yeah, South Park. There's a new South Park game, and this one's in the third dimension. Wow. That's pretty exciting. This one looks alright. I don't know if I'll play it, but I watched Ray play the first two, and I'd be delighted to watch him play through this one as well. It's a snow day, that's the gimmick, and so I don't know what type of game it is. a beat 'em up question mark, but the first two games were really funny, so I can only expect more good humor. Why couldn't they make it look better? Because it's on the Switch. They're doing the best they can. I'm excited for Switch 2 to come around, just so that it can be the Switch again, but just a little bit more powerful. Yeah, it's a weird decision to make a 3D South Park. It doesn't not work, though. I don't think it's as, like, charming, which is a weird word to use for South Park, but I'll stick by it. I don't think it's as charming as emulating the show's look with 2D animation, but it does look like it still feels plenty like South Park, like they've taken strides to emulate the aesthetic just in a third dimension. So yeah, I don't know, a weird choice, but I don't think it's not working, you know? The South Park game really highlights how awkward and out of place a customizable character can look. Yeah, but like, that's the point half the time. It helps that South Park is comedy forward, so you're not really expected to take it too seriously that you're over there wearing the goofiest outfit you possibly can. Liked that the first two were RPGs. Yeah, I wonder if, like, I'm sure they could keep making more RPGs. I'll be honest, I can only assume that the South Park team were like, can we do a 3D game? Can we do, like, a battle game? So yeah, South Park. Excited for that. Excited enough. Oh, SAO. I am flabbergasted that they're still making Sword Art Online anything. I guess it's an homage to the old 64 games they had. I see. Yeah, I got that vibe a little bit. It felt a little N64-y, but like in a charming way, not in a derogatory way. Yeah, Sword Art Online has a game, like, it looks decent. Like, I'm happy for Sword Art Online fans. I didn't... Is this anime still going? I think it is pretty hilarious that you can play online. To fight monsters with your friends online. And it's like, what if you get stuck in the game, you know? But yeah, it looks nice. That's some nice texturing on Kirito's jacket there. But I was just amazed, because I thought this franchise was dead. I thought that it's like, I don't, as far as I'm aware, there are no more animes or light novels. But I wouldn't know. Really want to rewatch SAO Abridged, but I just can't seem to find the time. I've never seen it, though I've heard only good things about it. If I were to engage with SAO, it'd probably be through the Abridged series. But yeah, basically all my SAO info comes to me via Mother's Basement. So, as long as he's not talking about it, as far as I'm aware, it's just dead. It's like Schrodinger's anime, you know what I'm saying? Gundam game, I don't give a fuck. Gundam is, I give less of a fuck about Gundam than I do about, Star Wars. Like, I've never cared. I've never ever cared. I don't care an iota about Gundams. There's nothing. There's zero care. That's all I have to say about it. Happy for you all Gundam fans out there. You know what would make me care? Honestly, I would rather, so I don't want a Gundam game, but I want like a mech anime game. A good one, a cool one. I want to pilot a mech, but only in a video game. And I don't care what we do, but I would want the gameplay to be fun and for the story to be edgy, and that's all you really need. And then we have more Super Monkey Ball, which who really cares? This is a genuine question. Or do people really care? Because we got the one Monkey Ball game and people all seemed to like it for a week. But did anyone keep playing Monkey Ball? Was anyone chomping at the bit for a sequel? Super Monkey Ball fans. Touche. Used to love that game as a kid. I really only know about Super Monkey Ball through Sega All-Star Racing. The one that had like, it was basically trying to be in Mario Kart, but for Sega things. Yeah, I was in that. And, you know, he was cute. And that's kind of the only reason why I know about Monkey Ball to begin with. So that's, yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty, but I just don't know how much I'd be willing to spend on something like this. Super Monkey Ball is neat, but that's about it. Fucking, okay, Messiah is the Monkey Ball fan. So, Messiah, how do you feel about the announcement of a sequel? Are you like, oh, hell yes? Or are you like, eh? It looks cute, but other than that, eh. It does look really cute. I'd love to have like a little like figurine of the monkeys. I think they're really cute. But gameplay-wise, I think this would keep me entertained for 5 minutes. You could say he is the messiah of Monkey Ball. Here's also a thing. So there's like some 4-player like like you can do co-op with 4 players. There's also an online mode where you up to 16 players can play together, and we saw that with the SAO game as well, and we will see that appear again later on. And I'm just like, not every game needs this. Not every game needs to pretend to be Fall Guys, you know? I'm hyped for the multiplayer. This looks about the same as the others, though. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you can't... What do? You just make new maps, don't you? No real ways to shake up the Monkey Ball other than make new monkeys, make new maps. So yeah, I was gonna say it feels like Fall Guys now, yeah. And I think a lot of things are kind of trying to emulate that with these big online options, and it just feels unnecessary. So yeah, Monkey Ball, don't care. World of Goo, I don't care. I do not care. I care so little about the concept of World of Goo and World of Goo 2 that I completely skipped this. I'm happy for all you World of Goo super fans, of which is apparently Layla. But I give about as much of a fuck as I do about the Gundams. So I hope you enjoy your game. World of Goo? You just do goo things. It's like a little puzzle game. It looks like whatever. Fantasy Life. So I've played the first Fantasy Life. I think it was the first one. On like the 3DS. And it was like fine. Here's the problem. The problem is the core mechanic. So as you can see here on the screen behind me, there's all these different jobs that you can pick. And it's kind of pitched as you get to roleplay as whatever fantasy life you want. You can either do, you know, combat, or do you want to just be a blacksmith? Do you want to be a carpenter? Live in a fantasy world and be a tailor? Well, now you can. Except no, really. The idea, like, if you're going to do any of these side things, you basically have to multi-job. Which is fine, you know, you can be a mercenary so you can fight monsters, and an artist so you can paint with their blood. And that's fine, that's all swell, but really at the end of the day, you can't just be an artist. You have to run around, you know, cutting down trees and killing monsters as well. And really it just ends up feeling like a clunky way of engaging with all of the mechanics that they do expect you to engage with. They expect you to do all of this, and not pick one and be like, that's what I want to be, you know? So, and it just ends up feeling really clunky and inefficient, and not a huge fan of the core mechanic. I know, there were no farm games. I think this is the closest we get, and it's a disappointment, I must say. You know what they should do for the Pokemon Presents next week? Just make Pokemon RuneScape. That'd be Fly. Fantasy life. That time I met a cat girl that mugged me. I think that did happen. Next, want to play this next monkey ball that has you run around doing tasks, but one of you is a monster and you have to vote them out to win. No, it's not Among Us. So, Nintendo says that artists need multiple jobs. Ain't that the truth? Truly is reflective of modern life. You're not wrong. I want to be a carpenter. That way I'll gain a mass of followers, say fuck the government, get nailed on a cross, and be worshipped as the son of God. You know, there were a lot of things. You don't have the order quite right. But I appreciate your gumption. There were like 37 farm games last year, though. Yeah, and none of them were good. That's the thing. We want a good one. We want a good game that is fun with husbands that are good. That's the problem. The worst one, oh my lord. The team that does like Final Fantasy, they made one, and it looks like dog ass. Okay, rather, visually it looks quite pretty. It's the Final Fantasy fucking engine, so obviously it's really crisp and nice with cool shaders. But all the husbands, even the wives, they were all so shit. And it's like, you realize that the farming is a side project to getting your significant other of your dreams. And I cannot believe that there were 37 farm games last year, and none of them were that good. None of them were very good at all. He's a little confused, but he got the spirit. They were all bad. They were all either boring or like just downright bad looking. The husbands especially were unfathomably disappointing, which is the one I care about. So yeah, it was like, it's just whatever. Fantasy life doesn't look good. I'm not interested in the fantasy life. Personally. This is another one that I skipped just completely over. I couldn't even tell you. It's a crab. And he runs around fighting things. I don't care. It looks mid. I can't believe so much time was dedicated to this dumb looking crab game. Twiins needs her Princess Bride game, but you custom build Wesley and you just stay on the farm ordering him around. Yes! Yes! That is what I want. What happened to the first crab? What do you mean? This is just, it's the one crab game. He just, like, lost his shell or whatever. I don't know, I skipped this one. I don't understand how people play farming games, and then whenever I play Minecraft, I just make a house and farm for forever. But it says it's another crab's treasure. One crab's trash is another crab's treasure. That's the gimmick. This crab is looking for a new shell. So there are more crabs, but this is the one. This is number one. The time slots are so weird. It is weird. It feels like we kind of jump all over the place. Have you heard of Paralives? It's an upcoming life sim like The Sims that's releasing early access sometime next year. I have not. Does it look good though? Is it just The Sims? Let me Google it really quick. We can take a gander. Crab game might be hype though. It might be. I'd wait for someone like NitroRad to make a review of it. I trust his opinion. It looks like it's trying to be like a kind of collectathon platformer. But I don't know. I've spent a lot of time shilling other YouTubers in this stream. What am I Googling? Thank you, welcome. Howdy, Amber. Come on in. Enjoy yourself. I'm Googling Paralives really quick. Images. I mean, yeah, it looks like The Sims. It looks like The Sims. I'm sure some fun stuff will come out with that. Welcome, Amber. Have you seen the direct? Was there something you were really jonesing for? Because I think we all kind of agree that personally, I find it quite mid. I will shill this cool Twitch streamer. Her name is Twiins, I think. What was this one? Oh, Penny's Big Breakaway. This one's only exciting because it's made by the same team that made Sonic Mania. So I'm sure it's got some solid gameplay. It looks pretty nice. A little oversaturated, kind of hard to look at. But, you know, Sonic Mania. It's nice that, that they allowed the team to make their own thing, as opposed to being like, so your own thing, that's cool, but make it Sonic instead. So that's cool. That's cool for them. Is that a gorgeous VTuber I see? Where? I'm really hyped for World of Goo. Oh, okay, well that's good. I'm happy for you. I'm not huge on puzzle games anyway, but I'm happy for you that a sequel got announced. Cause I feel like World of Goo 1 happened like an eternity ago, didn't it? It feels like it. Looks real interesting. Well, yeah, it looks alright. It's another one that I don't think I'd be picking it up day one or anything. But I'm intrigued to see what people say about it once it comes out. I like the idea of fighting with a yo-yo. Yeah, it's a solid weapon for fun cartoony games like this. I gotta say. Thought it was Fall Guys too because of the colors. It's pretty damn colorful. What does shill mean? Shill? In what context? What did I say? Did I say something? Shilling is kind of like... Yeah... Man, that's a hard one to describe, isn't it? If you're shilling for something, it means you're kind of pushing for it, advertising for it. So there you go. That kind of idea. You were still in elementary. Man, when the first... the gorgeous VTuber is Doug. Man, yeah, World of Goo did come out forever ago. Selling out for free. Yeah, kind of. I think shilling can be successful. Oh, that's what I had said! I was shilling a lot of other YouTubers. Yeah, kind of just advertising them. Oh yeah, and then they had like their... So, Suika game, that's cool. What a shame that they've really missed the hype. I actually thought about this the other day, that no one's playing Suika game anymore. Everyone was for like a month, and then suddenly no one was anymore. So, maybe this co-op or option, maybe that'll help bring all the hype back. Yeah, the multiplayer. But, yeah, I feel like no one's playing this anymore. What are you gonna do? Pepper Grinder, don't care. It looks fine. It's got a nice pixel artwork, you know. It looks fine, but it's just nothing that I'm interested in. Personally. Oh, yeah, and they had, like, it was so brief. Where was that? Oh yeah, well, okay, then we'll get to it. So yeah, Pepper Grinder, don't care. This card horse game, oh my good gravy. Shilling sounds like a fantasy currency. This looks so too complicated. I gotta say. So it's like you're playing a card game, like poker or blackjack, and how you do directly correlates to a horse race going on in the background. And it felt like too complicated. Why would I play this when we have Balatro? I've never heard of that before in my entire life. This announcement could not have been more poorly timed. Which one? The Suika game one? Or the horse one? It just seems so too complicated. It felt like two fine game ideas squished together in a way that's like the least efficient. So, what a shim shambaroony. I don't expect a single person to play that. And then we've got like a bunch of tiny things. Real quick. So there's this Moomin game, and I don't really know a dang thing about Moomin other than I can recognize Moomin. and they went through it so fast, like didn't even like what kind of game is this? Is this a platformer? Is this a puzzle game? Where does Moomin come in? So, then there's another little puzzle game that I don't know, it didn't interest me. Tales of Kenzera. If that sounds exciting to you, then great. Cool art style. So at least there's that. Demon Slayer game. Which sounds exciting, because I like Demon Slayer. But then it's like, what kind of game is this? Is this a rhythm game? Is this... What's the gameplay? It was on screen so shortly. And it's like, why are you not highlighting Demon Slayer? Why is it called Sweep the Board? What do you do in this? Some other fantasy game. Oh, yeah, you're on horseback and you fight people with swords. It probably leads to hilarious online play, I gotta say. Contra. Don't care. Happy for the Contra fans. I feel like we've gotten a lot of Contra, though. On the Switch? Yeah. This one, Pentiment. This one seemed interesting. Pentiment. It's got a pretty unique, cool little art style. Again, they didn't explain anything about it, though. They would just kind of say, hey, this will exist, and it's like, but what is this? What the heck is... What's happening? Is this like Cult of the Lamb? What? But this one did pique my interest. So that's two. That's two whole games. Two whole games that felt interesting. Pentiment and Unicorn Overlord. Looks so flash animation though. That can be fine. Like, if something's animated in Flash, it can still be good. Don't forget, Ruby was animated in fucking, like, Blender. Ew. Watch Demon Slayer be a match 3 game. Cult of the Lamb, but making humans. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of, there was a game that I watched Markiplier play. Man, take a shot every time I name a different YouTuber. But I watched Markiplier play a game a long time ago, and it was kind of like a point-and-click horror, with an art style very reminiscent of, oh, what's his name? Gashly. Gashly, like Gashly Crumb-Teenies. Google that. I love his art. I love his art so much. And it kind of had a similar vibe to this. So... I don't know, I think it could be cool if they kind of lean into a darker tone, which looks like might be what they're going for here. So, Pentiment, at least I'd like to know more. And then we get to the two big things, and Allison had warned me ahead of time. She was like, Twiins, can I spoil one thing? And I was like, go ahead. And she was like, Banjo is not in this. And I was like... I'm not that surprised, and she's like, there was a thing that made it feel like, is there gonna be Banjo? And it's because, yeah, they partnered with Rareware here. And to see the, only facing away from you, the Rareware logo come flying at the screen, I can understand why she was like, Twiins, you need to know! It's not Banjo, but this is a great sign, I must say. For once, can we get a game similar to Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? It's a tough one. That's a tough one to get in game form. But yeah, so it's basically a big Rareware collab with the Nintendo Online stuff. Like, we've got Battletoads and Killer Instinct and a bunch of retro Rareware games. And this is a good sign. Giving us a bunch of Rareware things. Being like, hey guys, we're really holding hands with Rareware right now. That's good, because that gets us one step closer to but banjo. So, nothing in here excites me. Blast Core is another one. Like, I don't care about any of these, but I say this is a good step in our banjo having dreams. Gotta save that banjo for a rainy day. Exactly. Honestly, sticking a banjo announcement into a into a direct this mid, it'd be like, what are you doing? Hype the man up a little bit. Honestly, I don't think a banjo, either remake or sequel or whatever it is, I don't think it would be in a partner showcase. I think that would be in like a hefty Beef Boy, you know, for real kind of direct with, oh, it's not Mr. Iwata anymore. And I don't know the new man's name, but the guy is like, yeah, welcome to watching Nintendo Direct, and he does the snap and everything. You know, I think if we got Banjo, I think it'd be in a big one like that. So, I'm not too surprised, but I do think this is a good news. This is good news for all of us. Thought you were saying where. No, yeah, I know. I used to really struggle with my R's. R's and TH's. I had to go to speech therapy as a kid. The more you know. And then, this one's whack. They end the big thing that they end with is this fucking swimming game. Endless Ocean Luminous. And I'll be honest, it does look pretty interesting. It seems like all you do is just fuck around and find fish. But, here's the thing. I don't have thalassophobia. I am, in fact, fascinated by scary deep-sea creatures. I think they're cool. And so the idea of, especially on stream, kind of just swimming around, finding fishes, and going, ooh, look at that one. That sounds pretty fun. Adjective, noun, adjective. I thought it was gonna be like a Dave the Diver 3D. Dude, I also saw it and I was like, is this Dave the Diver? And then no, it is just a fascinating one to end off on. I mean, I guess it does look quite nice. I would argue this is the nicest looking thing that they announced today, just like visually. So I guess that's why. This is another one that has, you could like do multiplayer with like fucking 30 friends for no good reason. Genuinely thought this was Subnautica for a second. You know, I would love a Subnautica 2 to come out. I really would. Ooh, I should play Subnautica. I can. I've got a PC. Cause I love scary ocean creatures so fucking much. To be fair, Endless Ocean fans, myself included, have been waiting basically a decade for a sequel. Was Endless Ocean, did the Grumps play one of those? Was that the one where they pet fish? Cause I feel like I do recognize the name. Subnautica 2 is out? What? 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 How did I not know about this? Me with thalassophobia. Well, no one's playing Subnautica 2. How have I not seen anything about Subnautica 2 anywhere? How? Now I gotta Google this. I hope the guy, I watch another YouTuber, another YouTuber I'm gonna call out. It's Thaslo Hobbier. He makes miniatures of deep sea creatures, and I found him through Subnautica. He did like Subnautica pieces. I think he was commissioned by the team to do some miniatures, and miniature is being generous. They're quite large. He works really big, so I'm glad he makes money, because all that resin has got to be very, very expensive, but you all should check him out. What the shit was I saying? Oh, I hope he makes some, Subnautica 2 miniatures, cause I like his stuff, and that'd be cool. Oh no, it was poorly received! Oh no! Endless Ocean and Endless Ocean Blue World are the first two. I see. Me and Twiins are polar opposites when it comes to the ocean, apparently. It seems to be. I think it's cool. I like it a lot. The very cult classic Wii games. The sequel is very fun if you ever get to play it. Well, solid. I'll admit I'm absolutely terrified of the ocean. You know what's funny? Sometimes I'll see a subreddit like show up in my feed and it's r/thalassophobia. And it's really funny because it'll be like titled, like the post will be like literally my nightmares, and like it's just some water. Imagine waking up to this, and it's just a fish, and and it's funny because I'm like, what are you so scared of? And I like it. I love seeing r/thalassophobia show up because I'm just like, it's water. I'll admit, it's pretty easy to not be that scared of the ocean as someone who doesn't interact with it regularly. But I don't interact with water regularly, not bodies of water, you know? It's been years since I even went to the pool. And it's so funny, I'm not a good swimmer. I can tread water for maybe 30 seconds. It was originally meant to be a DLC. Jacksepticeye did a playthrough of it because he also really likes Subnautica. Okay, I'll have to check out his channel for it then, because I do like Jack, another YouTuber that does so many shots. You're all gonna get schmammered on a Wednesday. Subnautica 2. Domnautica. That was a dumb joke. But yeah, it's just swimming around looking at fish. Imagine waking up to this. Shows Magikarp. Exactly. Mostly scared of it since I can't swim. I guess since I'm never gonna be in a situation where I'll have to swim for survival, then I'm like, whatever, what is there to be scared of? But I do especially I like the deep freaks. I like the fish that make you go, ew, is that thing real? I think they're neat and cool. I like scary ocean fish. So yeah, luminous ocean, endless ocean, luminous, and a weird choice to end off the direct with. But it has piqued my interest, so I guess it succeeds. Wow, this actually ended up going longer than I expected. Twins, I like the freaks. But yeah, I just wanted to go over the direct with you all. It was mid. It was a mid direct. Let's get rid of that window there. Yes. Okay. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for today. It was a direct. Exactly. I'll be more disappointed if the Pokemon Presents next week is also mid. But I got high hopes for Pokemon. And I doubt it would be as, it's not just gonna be like Cafe Mix, another weird app for brushing your teeth and sleeping. You know, it's not gonna just be that, I'm sure. Art tip of the day? My art tip of the day is, dude, if it's Gen 10, I doubt it would be. I do still have my hopes on, Unova Legends. Art tip of the day. Art tip of the day. Eyes, your eyelid casts a shadow on your eye, including the white part. So don't forget that. There you go. That's my art tip. Make sure you shade your eyes. We're gonna hit Gen 10 eventually, but I'm so not ready for it. I'm always ready for it. I don't think it'd be soon. I think we're still too close to Scarlet and Violet. But man, 10 whole generations. It's exciting, isn't it? Can't make me shade them. I hope it's just that. It'd be so funny. Why does that art tip freak me out? Because eyes are inherently scary. It's icky to, truly acknowledge them. For a sec, I thought you said, shave your eyes. No. Don't. Do not. But yeah, hopefully next week's Pokemon Presents is more exciting. We'll just have to wait and see, I suppose. But yeah, adios. Drink your water, eat your vegetables, make smart choices, all that jazz. And I'll see ya on the flip side. Puts down the razor. Well, there goes my plans. Okay, goodbye.